Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this time for the Scrap FX design team. So I'm playing in the Scrap FX Kraft junk journal, and I'm starting off with Dina Wakley's paints using evergreen first, and quite a dry brush as you can see, and I'm just brushing that paint straight onto the page, so there's no gesso or anything on there. Just going straight in with that, and then once that was dry, I'm then using sage, and then I've got the olive as well. So I'm starting off with a bit of a green theme. Green isn't a colour that I often use, but sometimes you've got to push yourself out of your comfort zone and have a go with something that maybe you wouldn't normally be drawn to. Particularly this olive colour, it's not a colour that I often choose to use, but I don't know, on this page it does work quite well. So then this stencil is the circle stencil, and it's one that I've designed for Scrap FX, and I'm just using this with some lime, so I'm staying in the same colour palette using greens, and just starting to build up the interest on the page. I'm going to have 3 areas of stenciling on my page to start off with. Then this stencil is the Vision stencil, which is also from Scrap FX, and I'm using this with some white paint, so just bringing in a little bit of contrast onto that background, because that evergreen paint, it's lovely, but it is quite a dark green. Actually, I beg your pardon, it's not evergreen, it's fir. Evergreen is a much brighter green, isn't it? Yeah, so sorry, that's fir, not evergreen, which was the colour that I used first on my page. Yeah, and then these flowers, these are called the Typeface Flowers, and it comes on a page with these flowers doodled on there, and also some quotes as well. So I've cut out 5 of the flowers to use on my page, and then I'm just working out where they're roughly going to go. Just spending a bit of time trying to sort of work out how the page is going to look balanced, and how to achieve the kind of idea that I've got in my head of what I'm going to do. And then once I've worked that out, I'm then just going to use a glue stick just to stick these in place. You can see some of those petals have been a bit stubborn and not sticking down, so I'm just going back in after and adding a little bit more glue just to make sure they're stuck in place. So then I'm using fir again. See, I've got it right this time, and I'm just using quite a flat brush, and I am painting in some stalks and stems onto my flowers. And it's funny, isn't it? Now looking at it, I kind of wish I'd put some leaves on there too. I may go back and do that after. And then I'm just going in with the Signo Uniball in white, but you can see it's been a little bit stubborn. Maybe the paint wasn't quite dry enough, because the pen wasn't writing very well. And sometimes that can happen if the page isn't dry enough. It makes it very difficult to write with the pen. So then I'm just using a bit of the green leftover paint, the fir, and just adding a few splatters at the bottom where those flowers are coming out the bottom of the page. And then also going in with some white as well. So that kind of works with the flowers because they're on the white cardstock, and it just kind of helps it all hang together a bit more. Then I've got this little cardboard tube which I've saved. I'm gradually collecting different sized circles that I can stamp with, and I'm just adding some stamped circles onto that page as well. And these are the quotes that come with the Typeface Flowers, and these are the ones that I've decided to use. So I'm just going to be cutting these into 3 strips, and then they will be stuck on my page too. I'm just edging these with a green archival ink as well, although it doesn't really show up on the video, but you can see it on the actual page. And then this is just a little fine tip applicator bottle which I've got some clear glue in. It's a really easy way to add glue onto things like this without ending up with the glue stick all over the page or sticking on something else. And then I've added some splatters using Rouge gloss spray from Dina Wakley. And that pretty much is the page finished. So the splatters were to act as a bit of a contrast. These Typeface flowers are so pretty. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this page using these Typeface flowers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.